How to find and identify the common night sky constellations. Although these are not all of the constellations, they are a number of the bigger ones and the more common. Once you find one or two, it is so much easier to hop from one to the other, and before you know it, you'll be doing it without even thinking. The images on here and the positions of the constellations were where they were when the images were taken. Everything moves around Polaris, the North Star. Different seasons and different times of night will change their positions in the sky. The next few slides show the constellations as they circle around Polaris at different times of the night, from about 6 p.m. until 8 a.m. the next morning. As you will see, certain constellations are in the sky day and night, even though we can't see them. They are there. Remember, Polaris is the star at the end of the handle of the Little Dipper. You will notice Polaris, the North Star, never moves. Taurus, in mythology, is the bull. The brightest star in the constellation is Aldebaran, on the bottom center indicated by the arrow. Looking east, you can see Taurus. One easy way to find it is to find Pleiades, the star cluster in the top center where the arrow is pointing. If you can find Pleiades, come pretty much straight down or south to the bright star Aldebaran. You then have the eye of the bull. Looking northeast, you can see the constellation of Auriga, the charioteer. The brightest star, Capella, in the top center, is a good starting point. Another way to find it is if you come straight across from Pleiades, you will find Capella. The constellation Lynx is found in the north-northeast. It is named after the animal. It was first introduced late in the 17th century. Lynx is a very dim constellation, not too easily found, but you start at Capella and come across, you will run into it. One of the easiest and most recognized constellations is Ursa Major, or the Big Bear. It dominates the northern sky. The Big Dipper is an asterism within Ursa Major. There's an easy way to find Polaris, and therefore Ursa Minor, which you'll see on the next slide. Ursa Minor, or the Little Bear, features the Little Dipper and the North Star Polaris on the top right-hand side at the end of the handle. From the top star in the bowl of the Big Dipper, called Dubhe, go straight up, or north, and the first star you see will be Polaris, or the North Star, which is the tail of Ursa Minor at the end of the handle of the Little Dipper. Draco, or the Dragon, is a very large and fairly faint constellation. It runs beside and below Ursa Minor. Find Polaris, the North Star, and come straight across, and you'll find the stars of Draco. You will need a dark sky and a clear night to find all of the stars. No matter what direction you go, across or down from Polaris, you're pretty much going to run into part of Draco. Hercules, the strong man of legend. Although he is low on the horizon right now, he is very easy to locate because of the shape and formation of the stars. This is one of the constellations that once you find it the first time, you will never have problems locating it again. Corona Borealis lies between the constellations of Boötes and Hercules. The name means northern crown. It's low on the horizon right now, but worth finding. Lyra is a small constellation. However, it has one bright star, Vega. Lyra is named as a lyre or a harp. Pretty much due west and above Hercules is the bright star Vega. Once you locate that, you have found the harp. Cygnus the Swan is another constellation that after you find it the first time, it is so easy to find it again. One of the easiest ways is to find Vega in the constellation of Lyra. Go north by a little west and you'll find the Swan. The bright star Deneb is the tail of the swan. The bright stars in Lyra, Cygnus, and Aquila are Vega, Deneb, and Altair. These three stars form what is commonly called the summer triangle. It is still visible when these slides were made, but is rapidly moving away. Find these three stars and you're well on your way to finding 5 or 6 more constellations. Aquila, or the Eagle, contains the bright star Altair, which is part of the summer triangle. Delphinus, the dolphin. Although a very small constellation, it is in fact one of my favorites. When you're looking, find Altair in Aquila and travel north by west and you'll be there. I mean, how can you not like a dolphin? Capricornus comes from the Latin for horned goat. Although you can see Saturn and Jupiter in this shot, they may not be in the same position or anywhere near when you search. Aquarius, the water bearer. You can see it in the south. The bright star, Fomalhaut, is a good starting point when trying to locate it. Aquarius is a rather large constellation, but if you go north from the star Fomalhaut, you will find it. Pegasus, the winged horse, is easily found because of the great square. Once you locate the 4 corner stars, the rest just falls into place. Andromeda. By finding the corner stars in Pegasus, you can follow the lower corner right into Andromeda. Andromeda, the daughter of Cassiopeia and Cepheus, the king of Ethiopia. She sits in the night sky not far from her parents. According to myth, she was a very, very vain but very beautiful woman. Cassiopeia, mother of Andromeda. She was, according to myth, thrown up into the stars by Zeus for daring to say that she was more beautiful than Andromeda. The distinct W shape makes her an easy find. Cepheus, the king of Ethiopia, husband of Cassiopeia. When you find it, you will see that it looks like a house in the sky. And to the right, where the arrow is, you can see, of course, his wife, Cassiopeia. Although Andromeda demanded of Zeus that he banish Cassiopeia, Cepheus was an old pal of Zeus's, so in order to keep Andromeda happy, he banished her into the sky, but let her sit next to her husband as a favor to his old friend. Pisces, the fish. According to Greek myth, Pisces represents the fish, sometimes represented by a koi, into which Aphrodite, also considered as Venus, and her son Eros, also considered as Cupid, transformed in order to escape the monster Typhon. Although Aries came to represent specifically the ram whose fleece became the golden fleece of ancient Greek mythology, it has represented a ram since before that, as far back as the late Babylonian time. Perseus was a demigod, the son of Zeus and a mortal named Danae. Perseus killed Cetus and saved the princess Andromeda, whom he then took to be his wife. Because he was so brave in fighting a fearsome monster to save the life of someone else, he was given a place in the stars forever. Here you can see Perseus carrying the head of Medusa, who he'd killed. Part of the constellation, the two stars in it, you can see form both of Medusa's eyes. As you can see, Cetus is a very long constellation, due in part to the fact that he is a very large sea monster. A little bit of an extra bonus, while setting this up from the Stellarium, I was fortunate to see the ISS, or the International Space Station. So the white dot with the blue square was where the ISS was when these snaps were taken. And as you can see, it's moving through Draco, or past Draco, and towards Ursa Minor. The program I used for the screenshots is called Stellarium. It is a free software download that allows you to see the skies in real time. It changes as the seconds go by so that you can see the constellations, galaxies, star clusters, and even meteor showers, again in real time. It is a great learning tool, so try it out. You can find it by searching Stellarium or by using http://stellarium.org. It can be set up on nearly any device, and there is also an app for your phone. I hope this gives you a little insight into the history of some of the constellations and where they are located, and how to find them in the evening skies. I hope you can also see that by locating just one of the major constellations, you can use that to navigate to others. Clear skies.